Hi, I'm Brian Palende, and this is,
Molly Palende, I'm his older sister.
yeah, even though she looks a little bigger than me. But anyways, we're gonna talk on nutrition for athletes, and I'm 17 years old and she's 20, and we're just gonna tell our stories.
Okay, I attend Lindenwood University on a rugby scholarship, and
I'm a high school football player, but I'm committed to play football at the University of Miami. Go Canes!
okay, when I first started high school, I didn't know anything really about lifting. I didn't know anything about really nutrition. My mom would just make a lot of our meals at home, and we learned about Juice Plus after I graduated high school, and so I didn't start taking Juice Plus until my freshman year of college. And that's when I started playing rugby at the D1 level, which made a huge impact on my life because I've had mono and I've also had pneumonia, and I've normally in the past been sick at least 9 months out of the year. So my journey with just my health has been quite the struggle. I've just always had a low immune system. I think this is due to me not liking fruit, which is gonna be shock a lot of people. I don't like the texture. I never have since I was little, and I think in the long run that's really hurt me. But I guess it's really easy to take it now because in the capsules there's 10 in each different kind. So also I have a history of eczema, which you could probably see it. Yeah, it's the skin discoloration. That's what I'm left with. I have really dry and itchy skin, and so I would scratch this until it would basically bleed. And because of this and happening over and over again, I lost the color in my elbows. So people think it's like some weird tan line, but it's not. That's what it is. It's just not there anymore. So this has helped me a lot, especially in rugby because you're outside all the time, you get sunburnt, your skin gets dry, you're sweating a lot, so that takes away moisture from your skin and it irritates it, so that will cause me to scratch. And with taking Juice Plus, it helps hydrate my skin so I don't need to scratch, and I don't have to worry about that. And it also comes on because of stress. So that, and then as well as with rugby, if you know anything about the sport, you know it's very brutal. Your body gets injured all the time. It basically feels like the morning after you get run over by a truck. So with taking it, it helps my body recover faster. You'll see after rugby games, you'll see girls with bruises all over their legs, their arms. A lot of people get black eyes and stuff. I have had bruises covering my legs after rugby trips, and most people it'll take at least 2 weeks for them to slowly start to recover from those bruises, but for me it took about 5 days for all of them to be gone. And that was phenomenal for me because as an athlete I'm always worried about bone bruising, and I'd never had a bone bruise, so yeah.
Yeah, well, as I said before, I'm a Texas high school football player, and I play at the highest division possible in Texas, and right now that's 6A. And I actually just got back from football practice this morning, and I have a couple bruises on my arm, and those will probably be gone in the next 2 days. Because, oh, my bad. No, not probably, because I take Juice Plus. And my story starts when I was about 15 years old, which is a little more than 2 years ago, and I was a little sophomore playing JV football at my high school, and I just remember getting up every day and thinking this is part of the grind. I'm supposed to feel this way. My muscles are going to be sore. It's going to be hard to get out of bed. This is how football is. And I went to school every day. I did have some doctor's visits that year, and I just never really thought it was anything bad until about 10 years into the, or not 10 years, 10 weeks into the season, I developed meningitis. For those who don't know who that or what that is, it's the it's infection around the fluid around your brain, and then your spinal cord. And it's probably the most painful thing I've ever gone through, like hands down. And I spent 2 long nights in the hospital, but luckily I pulled through and I was fine after that. But my parents, after that, they were looking for an answer because no one should really get that sick just from working out really hard, and especially since I was getting enough sleep.
You had upper respiratory too.
Yeah, according to my mom, I had upper respiratory issues. I'd get a cold during the season, and if you played football with a mouth guard in and you can't breathe through your nose, it really sucks. So after that season, I went about another 8 months, and my goal before my junior year was to gain weight. And I put on about 35 pounds, and it was all muscle. But to do that, I was constantly sick. My stomach always hurt.
Because you're whey protein.
Yeah, and then it was just a rough year for me. But then towards the end of the summer before my junior season, I learned of something called Juice Plus, and it's basically all your fruits and vegetables in capsules. It's not a vitamin. It's everything dehydrated down to the powder form, and it's really easy to take. And you take it once a day, and that's it. And once I took that for about a month, I noticed significant levels of energy that I'd have. Because after you're out in the sun for 5 hours from football, you don't feel like doing anything. But I'd be ready the next day to go again, and I'd be fine. And that's basically what I owe my success to right now.
There are different, so there are the capsules.
Yeah, there's 3 different kinds.
They look like this. They're just literally little capsules. You can even break them up onto your food if you didn't want to swallow it, or you can put it in a smoothie or something. But I wouldn't recommend it because there's so much in there that it doesn't taste the best.
Yeah, I tried the Garden Blend, which is like all the stuff you don't like, and I couldn't really finish that food.
Yeah, especially as a college athlete, it's so, the school food is, the food at school is so disgusting, and you can never get anything. There were like caterpillars and stuff in like our lettuce at school, and a lot of times like with different seasons you don't have everything, and it's not going to be as good as your mom's cooking. So this green one alone has broccoli, parsley, tomatoes, carrots, garlic, beets, spinach, cabbage, oat bran, rice bran, and kale. And I know personally I will probably not eat 6 out of the 10 things on there by themselves, so it's good that I get that daily. As well as we take, this is our protein. We don't drink whey protein, and with me I just take this and I put it in the blender bottle with either almond milk or just regular water or even coconut water, and I drink that as is because with college and living in a dorm you don't have access to a plethora of ingredients as well as a blender. So
yeah, this is a vanilla protein, but being a guy, I like the chocolate because it tastes good, and I take it with chocolate almond milk. And the biggest transition from whey protein was that it's really cheap. You get a huge bag from Costco, and you gain weight really quickly. But then that's also it has the potential to be fat on your body. But with this being vegan, for all you vegans out there, it's very lean, and it's basically an entire meal if that's what you want it to be. So it's really good. I know my brother even puts it in his oatmeal, and it just tastes really good.
What about, you had a pretty big in between game time, halftime?
Yeah, actually during the football season, what I do is to get maximum energy, since the capsules, they get it absorbed into your blood system right away. Your body doesn't have to digest it, so it's pre-digested. So I take the pills about 2 hours before my game, and then about 30 minutes before I go out of the locker room, we actually have complete bars, and I'd eat. It's essentially kind of like complete, but then it's in a bar, and I'd eat that. and that would keep me tied over till halftime. And then I'd come in at halftime and I'd drink a small shake, and then I'd finish my competition. So it worked for me, and everyone I've ever met who takes Juice Plus, it works for them too. And especially if you're an athlete who's in middle school or high school or even college, you might think that you're eating healthy, like you eat like a couple of veggies with every meal, and you eat like an apple at lunch or something like that. It's not enough. I believe that average athlete for my age, they need 12 to 15 fruits and vegetables every day, and that's a whole serving. So that's about the size of my palm for me. And I know I don't have the time or the energy to eat all that because I like pizza a lot. But
Yeah, when I first heard my mom start speaking about this, I thought she was crazy, and I didn't really want to take it because I don't like swallowing pills. I have to take one at a time still. I'm getting better. But now that I have seen all the results and how quickly it's worked for me, and even my older sister, she's had epilepsy my whole life. She hasn't had a seizure for almost 6 months, and so obviously it's doing something. So yeah, I wish I would have gotten started on it before I even started high school, and I was a 5 sport letterman in high school, so I wouldn't even imagine my athletic career if I would have been doing this for years. So I would really recommend this, especially if you're going to the college level.